is Optimus Prime. And here is an awesome video review from Jesse. Now watch as he lights our darkest hour.
Welcome to another Marvel Legends Infinite Series review. This time we're looking at the Build-A-Figure Allfather. This first round we're going to be taking a look at the Odin version of the figure. This is one of the unique cases where they have a great number of figures in the wave, and they kind of double up parts. But instead of just like having slightly different variations, you can create two completely different characters. This is probably the more popular version that people are going to combine them in, but we're going to take a look at the other version too later on. And I end up being kind of lucky with that, and I'll explain that in a bit. But first, here's Odin, and he is really, really awesome looking. The Odin head, cape, and staff came with Scarlet Witch, while the other King Thor head came with Captain Marvel. And I do think that this copper kind of color, or gold, is not nearly as metallic as I would have liked to have been. It does definitely come off not looking very like metallic like this color here. Definitely comes off a little bit on the cheap side. But the detailing on the ram horns on his helmet are really nice. The detailing in his beard and how he has a little ponytail in his little band in his beard is also really nice. His one eye does look like it's a little bit lazy, but it's okay. His blue cape is also really nice. It, however, does not go straight to the ground, so it does not really act as like a good stabilizer, much like how the first Avengers Thor's cape did that for me. He does have a sculpted T on his belt right there, and that's really more meant for the King Thor part. Does have some nice dry brushing on his boots, dry brushing on his armor, and got lots of veins going on his muscles, and he's just really badass looking. Really cool. Can take out a staff. His staff kind of acts as a good balancing mechanism, because he is pretty back heavy with this cape. As far as articulation goes, he does have a ball jointed neck. A little bit of range in the shoulders, but these little pieces can get in the way just a little bit. Got a bicep swivel. Little bit of range in the elbow, not as much as I would have liked. Hands swivel and go in and out. Got a dual ab movements here. One here, one down there. The legs are the biggest pain in the ass to put on it. It's mainly because of the skirt piece here. It doesn't really give much clearance for putting them in. And because of that, there's not really a lot of range of movement here, but they do go. There's a ball joint of sorts there, if I remember correctly. He does have a double knee joint, like that, and a little bit of foot articulation. See some more detailing on the back. Now, one part of that I got pretty lucky in is that at first I had Odin built, get him focus, but then once I got the King Thor parts, I was kind of regretting putting these arms on, because for most people these arms are pretty well stuck. They will not come off unless you break the figure or do some sort of method. Like there's maybe a method where you take a hair dryer to it and it'll soften up a little bit. But like a normal circumstances, like this cannot pop off. He does like the Scarlet Witch and Captain Marvel come with two different sets of arms. His right arm is exactly the same. If we look it down here, see they are exactly the same. But his left arm is one's normal, one's a metal arm, like this. So, luckily for me, for some reason in this body, on this shoulder joint, this arm can come on and off real easily. And if we look inside of it, there's nothing broken. There's nothing, apparently, just wrong about it. Just for whatever reason, I can swap arms of this guy and it clicks in place. I don't know how I can click in place, but then be so easily taken off and on. But I had the choice of switching back and forth. Of course, take off the head, put on the Thor head, and this head, there you go, pop it on, and then put on the red cape that came with Captain Marvel, and let's go ahead and give him his axe. And here we have King Thor. And this is definitely my preferred way of displaying this figure or having him, because I really dig Thor in the comics. Thor in the movies is a different story. I don't really care for much for Thor in the movies. But in the comics, I always liked him, and having an old grizzled ass, badass looking Thor is really awesome to me. Got a big white bushy beard and eye patch, just on the opposite eye of Odin's. Just is really cool to me. And he has a really cool. He kind of looks like Gimli, a little bit from Lord of the Rings, with that beard and axe. Anyway, I just really dig. I do like the head sculpt and the detail on the Odin head. There's nothing really bad about it. And, of course the staff is a lot bigger than his axe. But it's just something about this look I just prefer a lot more. Let me compare it to my other Thor figures. Here's my first Avengers Thor right here, and here's the Thor that came out in the same wave, Marvel Now Thor. And we compare it to my other Build-A-Figures, since this is a Build-A-Figure. Out. Let's get this guy back a little bit. Not sure how well this is all going to stand, but got King Thor, Thanos, Groot, which is still probably my overall favorite Build-A-Figure. Probably my least favorite. Goblin, the Green Goblin, because I don't know, it just doesn't. I don't know, it just doesn't hold up all too well to me. I got the never completed Mandroid goofball right here. I like to think of it as battle damaged. And my first and most nostalgic Build-A-Figures Ironmonger. So there's kind of my Build-A-Figure collection. But yeah, next to Groot, this figure is probably my second favorite. Thanos is close, but he's definitely third. He's a little bit loose. Yeah, I definitely recommend getting the whole wave for the set. There's a lot of great ways to play with him. He looks great. I like the accessories he comes with. All the figures in the wave are also really good. Just all around great figure, and I do not regret getting the figures to build this Build-A-Figure. Alright guys, you can pick up this entire wave in all the variations at bigbadtoystore.com. You can click the link in the description. You can follow me on Twitter at twitter.com/SSJAutobot. You can Instagram me too, SSJAutobot. You can follow me on Twitch at twitch.tv/SSJ_Autobot. I'll catch you next time.